Hi everybody, Dave Sullivan here for the Credit Guy TV with
Don Henig. I'm the head of national sales for Mortgage Master.
Don. How long have you been in the mortgage business?
Way too long.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years.
And you got out for a little bit and came back in?
Yeah, I did some things like building an entertainment company and a foreclosure business and a whole bunch of things.
Right.
I just love building businesses. And then was asked to come back in, and I've been having fun.
We pulled you back in.
Yeah, can't get out.
And you were part of the Rock of Ages musical?
I founded the company.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. What a great diverse kind of a background. I'm sure that helps you now coming back into the business. What one piece of advice would you give other loan officers, given all of the different legislation that's out there and really the way the business is going? What would you tell them to try and attract more realtor partners? What advice would you give?
I would say that you have to work harder today than ever. You have to, if you think you need 10 realtors, you need 20 or 30. You need to be reaching out and figuring out which ones are doing business, which ones are just there doing one loan a year, one deal a year.
Sure.
Don't waste too much time with those. Find the right ones and then call them, happy hours with them. Every week you should have breakfast with at least one, lunch with at least one, a happy hour at least every other week, things like that. And just step up the amount of phone calls that you make every Monday.
So you would target maybe a slightly larger group, but then try to go deeper with those relationships.
Absolutely, and weed out. It's always a constant weeding out of the ones that really don't do business with the ones that you learn do business.
Sure.
Become number 2 for the ones that do business, and pretty soon you'll be number 1.
Awesome. Now, many buyers don't realize all of the changes in the mortgage business, and they're really not prepared for the experience of going through a mortgage process right now. As part of Mortgage Master, is there anything that you would like to tell people who are going to apply over the next year? Give them some advice or tell them what they should be prepared for.
Well, I wish I could say it's easy. It's not easy. The reality is you have to be prepared to give everything. If I was a consumer looking for a loan today, I would be very concerned applying with the big banks. Just because you have no control, the loan officer has no control,
sure,
the processor has no control, nobody talks to the underwriter. I would stay local, whether it be with Mortgage Master or another local firm. Somebody that's local that can call an underwriter if there's a problem.
Right.
There's nothing more frustrating when you apply for a loan and they tell you that they need something that makes no sense at all. And the loan officer says, "You're right, it makes no sense, but there's nothing I can do about it." At least with firms like ours, the loan officer can call the underwriter, can call a senior underwriter, can call the operations manager, and get a legitimate answer. We don't need it, or we need it, and here's the reason why.
Right.
If you give me a reason, I'm okay.
Yeah, it makes more sense. So you definitely need to gather your documentation and be really prepared to provide any kind of documentation required.
I just did a refinance on a house that I own in Florida. I left it with the same investor that it was with, just for the ease sake, and I was able to give them everything that they asked for in one day.
Okay.
Just, tax returns, everything.
Right.
Very simple. And that's one of the big banks, and it's still over 60 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right. Don, if there's any way that people can reach out to you, either as a loan officer or a borrower, how can they get a hold of you?
I'd say my email is dhenig, Henig, @mortgagemaster.com, or my cell is 516-991-9504.
Great. Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah.